High heels on my tippies. Dough, say and Gabbana, that's on my titties. Cop me vitamins when I bite the dicky.
Oh, shit, dog. Get out of here.
Double down, lug nut. Welcome to the Fo0H Tribe, bitches. Holy gushing freaking arousal fluid. Butch is coming on full circle over here, pal. We got a freaking geyser for you today. We got a super freaking awesome guest for you today that needs no introduction to us. But for you guys, hey, listen, we don't discriminate here at the Tribe. We don't care, right? All creed, all colors. That includes females. And when we come across an epic female who's willing to hang with the boys while we're talking smack and doing guy stuff, we just take notice. And Zona came around, the early Verdansk days, and she can fucking hang, gang. Holy cow. And so we have to honor what needs to be honored. The simple fact that Zona-Love is one of the few and far between Fo0H Tribe members who can A, play as a team member, B, provide support, and C, kick ass. So she'd asked me to put the Nicki Minaj here in the front, and it's all good. Happy to do it. So remember, the Fo0H Tribe Podcast, this is where men can be men. But in this case, we're just going to introduce to you one of the female Fo0H Tribe members. The one and only, the outstanding, the infamous, Miss Zona-Love. Oh my goodness, Miss Zona, we're here. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
I can't believe it. I mean, literally, I remember back in the Verdansk days, you being a part of our madness, and you've stuck with us. Like, you're legit, like, the only female that we have left that we're still communicating with that would ever consider being on a male podcast talking about guy shit. I love it.
It's great. I love to be that one.
Disciple 3, do you read? Over.
I got him. One shot while he was running.
Shit.
You saw that shit?
Yeah, I picked up the stuff for you.
Nice.
There's two of them. There's one running around on the ground, and then there's one up on top of the little barn thingy.
Oh shit!
Be targeted.
Outside. We're status green over here. 3 tangos down. Had to grease them. Over.
I'm so excited. So listen, help me understand as you think about kind of how you got into gaming. Like, how did you? Like, were you an arcade girl? Give me the lowdown. Give me the high level. How did you get into gaming?
Well, got to take it back to the PS2 days, was playing Finding Nemo and all that good stuff. And then, I was in a split parent household. So one weekend at dad's, type stuff. And he had an Xbox. So I would play The Simpsons Road Rage, this game called Crash. It was like a stunt movie type deal. And Halo, of course. You gotta bring in Halo. Yep.
Can't forget Halo.
Then it transferred over to, you're not going to believe this, it was a Wii that I started playing Call of Duty on. I was playing Black Ops 2 Zombies on a Wii.
How do you do that?
Dude, it was crazy. One controller, the controller in one hand and the joystick in the other, and man, are you moving.
I mean, you're probably sweating like you did a 1-hour CrossFit workout.
Dude, it was insane. It was fun. It was the greatest thing ever. And I totally missed the fact that Wii was a thing. Like, till this day, I will stand by it. Wii is the greatest console ever created.
Dude, I used to do bowling. I used to play tennis with my kids. I completely forgot about the Wii.
Oh, yeah, I play Wii with my daughter. We play Mario Kart. We play the Wii Sports Resorts, everything.
Oh, my God. I do remember the Wii. And you know what? I mean, how do I forget the Wii? Because it was it was easier for my kids to play that, bowling, play tennis, right? Like, holy jumping catfish! I forgot about that.
Like the change of the generation, going from a handheld to a completely like cordless movement device. Greatest thing ever.
It's like the first virtual reality.
Yeah, literally.
Right.
Yep. It was. I miss it. I miss all the games, but man,
you still have it. You play with your daughter.
Yeah, but like the old games that, I used to have, we no longer have, and you can't find them anymore. Like Mario Kart was already $50 for this thing.
Well, like 10 years ago?
No, like 2 years ago.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, some games still hold incredible value. It's insane.
That is insane. Like
Yeah.
I remember when I was when we were moving, my son had Wii video games, and there was this old crotchety guy who showed up and freaking bought the whole lot. Like
Yeah.
for like cheap. We didn't care, but like it makes perfect sense now if they're vintage kind of shit.
Yeah, definitely. It's
All
only
right, so
the
listen,
ones.
let's kind of take a step back. And do you remember? Because I don't. I mean, I kind of vaguely remember how we got introduced to you. I think it was a random match or it happened that way. But do you recall how we got introduced to you?
It was a winter night in 2018. No, I'm kidding. In 2018, or 19, I don't remember, but it was one of those years, and it was a random match, and I believe it was you and Deuce,
Yeah.
and someone else, I can't remember their
Sleepy.
name.
I think it was Sleepy.
Was it Sleepy?
Yeah.
Well, we just started playing. You guys were talking, and then I was trying to just tell you guys a call out, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't turn on my mic. I shouldn't. I turned it on, and I was like, there's a guy sniping over there. You don't want to peek and everything. And you were just cool from then on. Y'all didn't tell me go make a sandwich, get back in the kitchen, and none of that stuff.
I mean, in fairness, like, I do remember, I think you had some pretty sexy skins back then. So we might have made some derogatory comments. Am I right?
$3 on that game, man. Call of Duty
You
had me
maxed out the
in a
Amex.
chokehold. They had me in a chokehold, man.
Because I remember, I made a couple TikToks, and I think there was a time where we were over at the firehouse, and in the firehouse you can go up to like this sort of like crow's nest, and
Yeah,
snipe
the
people
top
and
part.
whatever. And then I remember I was laying down, you were laying down, Sleepy was laying down, and then we just all got crazy for a second. We're like, whoa, take it, like, hey now, like, slow down. Can you move your ass out of my face?
Like, Zona, I'm not trying to do this, but your ass is in my face.
Like, Sona, I'm trying to snipe this guy so we don't all die in here. Can you move your ass out of my mouth?
Like, oh, yep, my bad.
Yeah. So I made these, kind of racy TikToks, and I published them. I did what I needed to do, but then my ex-wife found out about my TikTok channel, and I was like, we should get rid of these immediately. And so
I was wondering what happened.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was a couple that got pretty racy there. You kind of, what was great about playing with you is that you let us kind of do our thing, and be, kind of guys, and you just rolled with it, and we're fucking super cool about it. And I remember being, after that match, I think I sent you a friend request, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah,
You and Deuce both like simultaneously friend requests, and I was like, yes, I was looking, I was trying to add you guys, but Call of Duty takes a whole 7 to 10 business days to update the recently played.
It's like banking days, like not like doing the weekend. Right?
Oh man.
And then we just kept playing with you, and it was wonderful. It was like, I hate to even use the terminology, but I think it describes it best. It's like you were just one of the guys with us, and you understood how to play. You understood the dynamics, right? Like I think there might have been a couple times where you were trying out sniping and whatever, and we're like,
man.
do it, like get into it. I think maybe even Paul Monroe climbed up like a tower and laid down next to you. It was like a spotter.
Yep. Oh man, I remember that. The HDR. Everybody used the Car 98, and I was running with the HDR with a very
HDR too. Because it was just so, you could shoot so much farther with it, and it was
weird. I was like so precise with the HDR, but then I see people, on TikTok quick scoping with the Car 98, and I'm just like, wait a minute, I'll try that, and I couldn't do it.
I can't quick scope. I just don't.
But literally, it took me to the end of like Fortune's Keep, to be able to even use the Car 98 like that. You know what I mean?
I do.
So that just shows how near the end it was.
Well, I can tell you that, I would even go into like multiplayer and like try to practice quick scoping, and I still couldn't do it. And,
No.
And if I did get like 2 out of 10 kills quick scoping, my brain was so fried that I couldn't do it consistently for a long period.
Yeah, straight up. Kudos
My
to
son Aiden, it's like he's a natural. It's just scary. It's clearly an art form.
Yeah, like true kudos to anybody who can like quick throw that butter knife or, do the quick scopes. Kudos to them because that's skill master level.
I mean, it literally is. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I get so frustrated with cheaters, because they take that component away from you. But like,
Yeah.
throwing a knife across the map and hitting somebody in the forehead takes an art form.
Yeah, when you see that it says 437 meters away. Like, get out of here. You couldn't even see me. I was behind a
Exactly right. I mean, how in the hell? I'm like in a bush wearing camo, and you still, snipe me from 300 meters away, right?
Yeah. What scope you using?
I love it. I love it. And so, what's also great about kind of the trajectory that I think that we had is that, I don't know when it was or how it was, but like we were just like Zona's in, right? And you started, you joined our Snapchat group, and you've always been there. I mean, I don't think I've played with you in a long time. I mean, probably like a year, but like it's still important, I think, for us to stay connected because, like we did have something that I think was relevant, right? And one of the reasons why I think the game is so great is that you get to meet people, and it's up to the individual to stay in touch with them. And during that time for me, it was really important, and thus,
definitely
we got here. I mean, so like do you have other people now that you're playing with consistently, and that kind of deal?
I have one person that I play with consistently every night for like 6-7 hours, and that's my guy. It's only
that's your boyfriend?
Yeah, it's usually only just us two. Sometimes his brother will join, but it's usually just us two playing squads with randoms.
Well, what we should do, and let's make this happen, and we can do it, and I can record it as well. Let's get me, you, your boyfriend, and Deuce, and we'll do, I don't know, a plunder match, or we'll do something. But we'll get back into the deal.
Strictly Resurgence. So if you guys are down for Resurgence,
we can do Resurgence. We can 100% do Resurgence. That way
And
we can
he's
meet
good.
your
He'll
boyfriend
drop
and make sure that he's a right fit for you. Like good brothers would do, and check it out. But I think it would be great.
Yeah, definitely.
I love the fact that you're still playing. And so, what is it about, Warzone that keeps you coming back? Like, obviously you got into the Wii, but how did you get into Warzone? And was it by accident? Like, help us understand.
So I got the PlayStation, and it started off with the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. The zombies in Spaceland.
Yeah.
So, and that was cool. But then I ordered Ghost, paid like $60 for it, then found out nobody plays Ghosts anymore.
Right.
So that's just sitting on the shelf. And then I saw the clips of Warzone on TikTok, and I was like, wait, Call of Duty has another game? And I downloaded it, and I was like, okay, bet, let's do this. And I've been stuck ever since, no matter how stupid this game gets. It pisses me off.
I legitimately agree that like we're all stupid because we play a game where there's known cheaters, and normal people wouldn't do that in a real world. Like you're not going to play a poker game with cheaters, right?
Exactly.
But I can't get away from it. You know what I mean?
I can't. It's an addiction. Like
I'm totally addicted.
Like it, and the worst part is like you get on it to relax and calm yourself from the day and release all the stress, and then here you are about to break your controller, throw your fist through the TV, like I almost broke my controller the other night because every time I landed, it was just killed, and I'm like, okay, either I'm glitching or
Either the servers are out, or I'm just really bad, or
Yeah, dude.
everyone in this lobby is a cheating asshole.
Yeah, I swear.
Oh my God. I love it. And so for you, it was just organic. You were like, I need this. I love it. I'm in, and no questions asked. I mean, have you tried to get away from it and try like Fortnite or
I
any
do.
other game?
So when they got rid of Rebirth Island, bless its soul.
It was
I went to Fortnite. I switched over to Fortnite when they got the zero build. I didn't play it when it had build because
right,
that's weird. It's different to me. I'm not playing Minecraft in my opinion, you know.
right.
So I played Fortnite for a while, and then they came out with the new Call of Duty, and I was like, okay, let's try it, and then sucked right back in. I still play Fortnite, you know, GTA. The newest game that I got into was DayZ.
What's that?
It's a zombie apocalypse survival game type. You have like 20 million servers you can choose from, either ones players created or ones that like the company itself created.
Right.
And you can build a base, you can kill wolves, bears, pigs, you know, you survive off of it. You could even get a disease if you go cannibal.
Whoa, no, really?
Yeah, it's pretty. I love it. It's a good game. I mean, it pisses you off,
I mean,
but
I bet it does. But is it riddled with cheaters, or is it not?
no. But I mean, you get some people who have Cronus just because there is no aim assistance or anything on this. Like, it's a full reality type game. Like, you don't have a map. You're in the middle of nowhere, you know, type stuff. You're trying to survive. It's pretty dope.
Listen, so as a matter of fact, Deuce called me the other night. He was pissed. He was just mad because, you know, we get to this point where, you know, you just have to accept the fact that there's going to be these cheaters and all these lag switches and shit, and you know, you're just mad because you're not doing that. And so he's like, we need to figure out like another game. And we were like, what game could we look at? And I don't know if you've ever heard of this game, but there's a game called 6 Days of Fallujah.
I've never heard of it.
Apparently, right, it's actually based on real life events that happened in Fallujah. And part of the game, what I think is really cool about it is that, you know, let's just say in one map you go in and there's a guy in the building. If you reset the game and you start all over again, that guy won't be in that building, right? So it's not anything that you can, you know, kind of plan for. And it's a very communicative type game because you have a team leader who's like directing the team. Like you use it in a way like that you would never consider, you know, using it in Warzone because it just doesn't work that way. But we were like, holy shit. And I think it's only on PC though, but like,
dang,
you know, like, you know, we're considering it because we can't break away from the mothership, but you know, like,
yeah, I've even tried Battlefield 2024's Battlefront, Star Wars. I'm gonna be honest with you, I messed up and I bought the game when it first came out, so it was all laggy and buggy, and I couldn't even kill somebody with a pistol, man.
Oh, and that's the worst, especially if you get the jump on them.
He was shooting another dude, and I came up and I just started blasting him, and then I'm dead.
Yeah, you don't know how.
Stalled so quickly. I wish I could do that for Call of Duty.
Well, you know, I've tried Battlefield too. I just find that it's just a lot slower than I'm used to playing on Warzone. You know, like there's a speed component, but I do like the fact that like if there's somebody hiding in a building, you could just set C4 to one of the posts and the whole building blows up.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even get that far.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't think I even made it that far either. Someone told me that. Like, I don't think I even did it. But, like, you know, there's just so many games and just not enough time to play them all. And then you just got to settle with kind of what's working.
Yeah, exactly. Whichever one pisses you off the most.
Yeah, whichever one causes you to go into a freaking rage and, you know, hide under your bed, sucking your thumb in the fetal position.
For real.
Right?
Exactly. It's insane.
Wow, it's totally insane. So what else? I mean, you know, I think thankfully, you know, we accepted you with open arms and you were gracious to, stay connected with us. I mean, what else do you remember about, the early days that just kind of, gave you those warm fuzzies that like, these are good guys, and, I can kind of be myself here.
You guys would follow me. Like, you guys would let me take the lead on some games. You guys wouldn't, just like insert your male dominance and be like, no. You'd be like, Zona, where are we landing? Or, be like, all right, Zona's turn to pick. You guys, you guys definitely included me in the squad planning. Sometimes it didn't always work out to the greatest advantage. But, you guys also laughed at my jokes, and I know I'm not that funny.
Well, Deuce is easy to get laughing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Deuce's laugh is very,
it's contagious. It's totally
yes. It's very contagious.
Well, I love the fact that we, that we left you with a positive experience, because, listen, there's just, I'm talking to a buddy of mine. Well, I don't know if you got this far in Don's world, but like, one of the downsides about, Warzone is just the simple fact that, it's the Wild West out there. And I know when I first started playing Modern Warfare 2, and I was playing, there wasn't Warzone then, it was just multiplayer. Like, I couldn't believe, all of the racial comments and all the hating. And I just was stunned that, like, these young kids are throwing out the N-bomb, and like, it just took me by surprise. And I think that most parents don't know how hostile this online world can be if you're not prepared for it. It's like, like I have boys, so I had to go through my son's browser history and realize that when he was on Pornhub looking at choking, like most girls don't like that, Gav. Like, that's not something that you want to test out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to work your way to that. You can't just start with that.
That's not a first date jump in kind of like and see what happens type deal. You know what I mean? There's got to be a little trust there.
When it comes to that, he's got to take the lead.
Work your way to that. Exactly. Exactly what it is. But, yeah. What were you going to say? I interrupted you.
I can't stand the racial stuff. I don't get it. What makes you feel so much better to say it, whether like, it doesn't matter how you say it, if you mean it as a homie, as a friend, nothing like that. Like, why do you feel educated that you just said all those words back to back? Do you like,
right?
It makes no sense to me. And honestly, nowadays it's more of a mic off situation for me. Right. I don't ever turn it on. The randoms, and it's worse when it's your own teammates and they're, yelling at you. And it's so like the other night I was playing Ashika Island and we had two randoms. I don't look at the scoreboard that much. I just pay attention to my score. But this dude, I died after killing like 3 people in a row with a pistol. I died. And this dude on my team just goes, "Man, Blue, you suck." I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, oh wait, who's Blue? Let me look. And then it's me. And I'm like, well, damn. And I look and it says 8 kills. And I said, okay, wait, what's this guy at?
Right.
And I look and he has 2.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, how? And then at the end, we got like 2nd place or something. And they ended up saying how good we are at the game. And they're like, all this stuff and how they wanted to play again and all this stuff. I was like, oh, gosh.
Well, yeah, I mean, at least they admitted that, they made a mistake. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good thing. But
I was just like, shut your mouth in the first place, Like, just be friendly. Be with your team. If you're going to yell at anybody, yell at the other team, not your teammates.
I agree. It's such a self-centered type of platform. I mean, I know when I play with my son Gavin, his goal is to get as many kills as possible and not benefit and not do what's in the benefit of the team. You know what I mean? So, he's pushing on a team of 4 and, the 3 other teammates are nowhere near him. And he, knocks 2 of them and then dies and then yells at them like, why didn't you follow me? Well, like, not our job to fucking follow you unless you let us know where you're going. You know what I mean? Like,
if you're gonna act like a cat chasing mice, you're gonna get caught in a trap.
Like, it's exactly how it is. And it's funny how most people, you know, don't really know that. You know, like they don't even see how selfish their play is. And I
gotta admit, I do it sometimes.
I do too.
Sometimes I'm kill hunting. I'm just going for it, and then I realize I've ran completely off from my team. So I know that if I die, don't ping them, don't do anything because it's my fault. You know.
Right. No, it's your fault that you got there. It's not anybody else's.
Uh-huh.
When you start yelling at me because I didn't back you up because you didn't let me know where you were going, and then you got fried, you can go, you know,
125 meters away.
Right? 100%.
How did you swim that fast? Like,
well, you know, it's funny. I was, I had a video that I tried to upload to TikTok, but because TikTok, you know, does a really good job filtering stuff, it was one of those videos where, you know, I'm playing with someone who I would consider, you know, a close friend, you know, someone who I've been playing with for a really long time, who just happens to be black, and you know, we're playing with a random, and he loses it, and says the word you're not supposed to say, and I lost my mind. I absolutely lost my mind. And
Disciple 3, do you read? Over.
We zone creatine.
Fucking West, you idiot, not Weiss.
Hey, don't do that, motherfucker.
Hey, motherfucker.
Fuck you, nigger.
Fucking, what'd you say, motherfucker? You know what? You're a fucking asshole, and if you were right in front of me, I'd fucking shit in your mouth, you fucking cunt.
Alright.
Let me see you say that in front of a black guy, you fucking piece of shit.
I already have.
Yeah, have you? I'm surprised you'd be fucking dead. You know what? You're the one of those guys that sit behind your fucking computer, right? Really, you got it all figured out. You're a fucking smart guy.
Hey, I'm finna.
You think that you're tough. I love guys like you. You know why? Because you walk around in the house all by yourself with no fucking friends and wish you had some.
Outside, we're status green over here. 3 tangos down. Had to grease them. Over.
You know, it's like you build these relationships with these people online, and when you hear someone actually say it, and you're like, what? You know, like, how did we go there? You know what I mean? Like, how did we get there? Like, the level of, I mean, just kind of confirmed the level of hate that's out there. And
I don't get it at all.
I don't get it at all either. It's like, why?
Like, people love to say, you know, we all bleed red, you know, our souls are all the same type stuff, but nobody ever follows that. Like,
no.
A person is a person, you know, just as is a dog and a cat is a cat.
I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. You know, I really do. You know, what else can we cover? You know, what else do you feel compelled to share with us? I mean, you've been gracious enough to give us some of your time now, but I wanted to open up the platform. Is there anything else that you think is relevant that we should cover?
Girl gamers rule, and we're taking over the male world.
I hope so. Please do. And if they're as nice and kind and caring and respectful as you are, bring it on.
For real, we need the good ones.
We do. We really do. And you know, there's something to be said for that. You know, it's like I love the fact that, you know, I mean, and I'm not talking about Nadia. I could punch her in the nose. But like,
I don't like her at all.
Right? I don't think anybody does.
No.
But like the Zonas of the world, the Diesels of the world, we definitely need more of them because, you know, like, it's important, you know, and you know, despite the nature of this podcast being really focused towards men, I think a lot can be said for us accepting, you know, women who get it. And you did. You just absolutely got it. And we were overjoyed.
Well, yeah, like, the way I saw it is that it's a video game. I am a female. This is the men's world. Like, it really is. Video games, well, Call of Duty, I should say, you know, the shooter type games are the men's world. So I can't go on there and be expecting it to be a certain way. You have to be open to what's gonna be said, and then you just gotta choose how you want to go through with it. Like, do I really think I need to, you know, go make some random user a sandwich because he told me to. Like, go wash the dishes, no. I don't. I'm gonna laugh at you and tell you that it's not the 2000s and get some better comebacks because that ain't it, You know how much men cook nowadays. A lot of men cook.
I do.
Okay.
Now that I'm single, I cook more, and I have to.
See, it's not a woman's job.
It's not, and it's not at all. But they're much better at it than I am, because I remember, like having good food to eat when I was married. But now that I'm not, it's like, whoa, we're in a whole different echelon here. Got a lot of work to do.
Right? Exactly. Defend for yourself time.
Defend for yourself. Let's do this. Let's make a commitment on here that we'll get introduced to your significant other, who we'd love to meet, and get into a quad match on Resurgence, and then we'll record it. And and if we need you to get you back on here, then we'll do that, and we'll just kind of play as we go.
For sure. That sounds like a plan. I'm low-key excited.
You're straight up angel, Zona. I love you. Thank you so much.
I know, it's the greatest blessing.
All right, so you know how we end this thing, so let's do it.
Yes.
Zona,
Wait.
get the fuck out of here. I'll talk to you soon, girl.
All right. Yeah, bye.
Just my freaking luck, right? As soon as I put my headset on to freaking record this outro, it fucking breaks. Time for a new headset. Anyway, how about that little Miss Zona-Love? She one of a kind or what? I mean, how refreshing was that? I'm just a big fan of Zona-Love. I mean, and here's the catch, guys. Like, I've never met her, right? Like, think about the conversation we had, the meaningful topics that we went over, assuming that, they're on game, we're gaming. But at the end of the day, you got to make a decision on whether or not this is someone that you want to spend time with. And, if I ever get a chance to meet her, absolutely, 100%. And I do really wish all the best for her and, her new significant other. Listen, it's tough out there. It's tough to find, what I like to call, old traditional women that, just kind of get it. But it's super refreshing to know that even while I'm playing video games, they're out there. She's a breath of fresh air, and I hope you enjoyed our podcast. Do me a favor. A couple things that we're trying to do here with building this community is I've downloaded this app called Fountain, just like it sounds. And it's a community building type app focused around this podcast in particular. And it allows people to take clips of a podcast and comment on it, and it's growing another aspect of growing our community, along with our Patreon account that you could join for free. We're not trying to do that deal, but then if you wanted to support the podcast by spending $5 a month and doing it that way, we'll give you access to we'll give you access to other content that we're in the process of creating. I know, dude, shut up. And the same with Patreon. You can join for $5 as well. You can check us out at FoOH.com. Don't forget, it's spelled FO0. Fucking shut up! HTribe.com. You can check us out on YouTube at the FoOH Tribe. You can check us out on TikTok at the FoOH Tribe. And on Patreon, / the FoOH Tribe. Get in there. Let's start some camaraderie. I got some work to do there with building more content, but just know this, guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate you from the beginning of the podcast all the way to the end and everywhere in between. And I hope you can, do what you need to do to start collaborating with like-minded men or women that you may not have considered, thinking about before. So in the meantime, gang, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, do everyone a favor that's around you. Just get the fuck out of here.